Hi everyone! In this video, I'm going to go over the lesson layout. I'm also going to be talking about how to change the background, how to add slides, and how to add slide content. First, let's go over the backgrounds and adding slides. If you would like to add a slide, you simply go up to the top toolbar on this picture of a paper with the green plus sign, and when you hover over it, it says Add Page. You can go ahead and do that. It's going to give you a blank white background. If you would like to change your background, go to the left pull tab here on the left side, and you're going to see the A with the two color bars. So go ahead and click on the A, and you have some options here. No fill, that's going to give you white background. Solid fill, now here you have some options here. You can choose these colors, or you can go on the color wheel. So let's say I want a green. I can go here. Now that green is very, very bright and hard on the eyes. So let's lighten that up. Go ahead and go to the three dots. And you have an adjuster here. So I'm going to adjust it a much lighter. And I'm going to put Add to Custom Color. That way I can use it later. Click on it. Okay. And here's my green. If you go back to the three dots, your custom color is still there. Or you can choose a new color over here in the palette. That's not your only options for colors. You can do a gradient fill. And if you know about PowerPoint, you know you have lots of options with the gradient fill. Now you only have two colors here that you can add as a gradient. So let's go ahead and choose orange. Let's do purple. So you really see the difference between the orange and the purple here. You can lighten them up if you like. Same thing as we did before. You can also change the gradient. So you can go horizontal, vertical, forward diagonal, and backward diagonal. Just gives a little more visual interest. Now you can also do a pattern fill. Now I've already selected a couple different colors. It will default to black and white, but you can choose whatever colors you would like for your pattern. If you would love some patterns, lots of patterns to choose from. You can also use image fill. So that's going to browse an image on your computer. So let's say I want an apple. Now if it's not the correct size, it's going to put a scene here. It's going to be like in the tile mode. Just be aware that that could happen. But maybe you want to do an underwater scene. So you might just choose a background that's the ocean, and that way you can add images or text in front of it. So that would be really cool to have. I'm going to go back to solid fill. I'm going to stick with my green. I'm going to go back to the page sorter. Now, if I want to keep that fill on all of my slides, and I don't want to have to go back and recolor them, what I do is I get this drop-down arrow here, and I go ahead and clone the page. And I might give myself a whole bunch of them just so that I'm ready with them when I need them. I might also start typing text here. And I know, I'm going to resize that text and make it bigger, maybe color it. And now that I have it the right color and size that I want, and maybe all of them are going to have that same color and size, I might clone it here. That way, I have two copies of it, and now I can retype something different here that I want. Just to help make it a little bit faster, a little bit user-friendly. So that's the basics of adding slides, or cloning them, as we say, and doing the backgrounds. So now we're going to go a little bit more structure and layout. I'm going to make this full screen so you can see it. So here's a basic structure. I call it the 6-slide layout. Do not feel like you have to adhere to this whatsoever, but it kind of follows a traditional lesson progress. And I'm just going to do a very basic tutorial about how the layout should be done. And in later tutorials, I'm going to go into some of the littler things that I did and how did I do them. So here's the sample lesson with the 6-slide layout. I made them in this peach color so we can kind of differentiate between the other ones. So this is slide number 1. And we're going to do verb tenses, specifically past tense, regular past tense verbs for first grade. On your second slide, you're going to put the objective and or the standard, depending on what you like. I like putting these in here. It keeps me on track as a teacher. My first graders wouldn't usually care about this slide, but you might use it as a review to things you've already done. What do we know about nouns? Okay, what do we know about verbs? Kind of a thing. So students will be able to sort verbs into past and present tense. We're going to put off future tense for future activities. And here we have our Common Core, one of our language arts standards here. On the third slide is your introduction. What are you going to teach them? What's new? Or maybe what's a review? So I'm going to say, what is a verb? Boys and girls, what is a verb? Can you tell your neighbor what's a verb? And then I made this little pull tab, and I'm going to show you how to make these in the following videos. And you can go ahead and pull it out. And, oh, it's an action word. How can you tell if a verb is happening in the past? How do you know it's happening in the past? Pair, share out. It has an ed at the end. And you're going to see this kind of mirrored in the last slide, okay, because that's your takeaway. All right, slide 4, I usually like to put a video in here. And in the older versions, like Smart Notebook 16, they didn't have this. And I'm so glad that they have it in here. And if you're on Smart Notebook 19, then you can, it sources it for a lot of different sources, not just YouTube anymore. So if you have the YouTube link, you're going to follow, just use the YouTube link, whatever smart software you have. So this is just a video taken from the internet. And when I push play, it will play. And it's a song. It goes over different verbs in the past tense with the ed song. And it has really fun graphics that the kids just love. Sometimes I would make these for different letters of the alphabet, and then I put all the videos I'm going to use for the whole week on there. That way they're easy to access. I know these are all letter A videos, and these are the ones I'm going to use. And you can rewatch them. They love it. All right, let's go to the next slide, which is the practice slide. And keep in mind, you could have other slides in between, more introduction, more practice, whatever you like. So this is a super sort activity. It's just a fun one. They can really differentiate, oh, and if it has ed, that's going to be in the past. And I might even take my pen and write on there, ooh, this one is going to be an ed, ed, depending on how much help your kids need, right? And this is in the present. This is now. Oops, big N. All right, get my cursor back. And you're going to have them go ahead. I like to read them together with them, have them read them, pair share with your neighbor. I have push. Where am I going to push? Put push. It is in the present. You drop it in. I'll suck it in. Ooh, let's do a wrong one. Jump. Let's say, oh, Johnny put it in. It's the past. Oh, nope. Try again. Okay, and you can have the kids point, or they come up one at a time. They love doing it. So if you haven't looked at the activities video, make sure you go back to that Unit 3 and watch them, because it goes over the different activities, and they're so fun. There's so many different ones to choose from for each kind of activity. All right, here we go. Slide 6 is your closing or your assessment. So you might say, which verb is in the past? Pop, pull, zipped. Pair share with your neighbor, share out. And how do you know? And I might go ahead and grab my pen, and then I can go, oh, yep, you're right, it is zipped. A verb in the past has an, that's right, an ed at the end. And that is the basic 6-slide lesson layout right here. So you can see the different structure that it has. I'll go ahead and post the 6-slide layout in a PDF so that you can reference it. And I'm going to go ahead and put some more sample lessons out so you guys can see different ones for different grade levels in this Unit 4 structure and layout.